Hey guys, how are you doing today? I hope everyone is well and you are ready for part three, the three secrets to get fully booked. What do coaching clients actually need in their business? What do they need help with from a VA? So let's dive into it. Let me share my screen and I think I am live. Let me just make sure I hit. Okay, we have sound, we have everything. I can't stop it, so let's roll with it. So, have you watched part one, part two? It's under the guides. Let me know if you haven't. I will go through a little bit of the basics, but I would highly recommend if you would like to become a coach or sorry, if you want to become a VA for a coach, then just watch the video and see if what you actually have and what you can offer meets the need. And I have a little game in part two as well. I would really love to see what you guys have to offer and what's your score. Yes, 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 we are doing scores just to make you feel a little bit better. Okay, guys, let me share my screen. Comment where you are tuning in from, and then we can go from there. Okay, so this is it. The secret to get fully booked. I'm not even sure if I can hide this. What did I do? No, this is not what I wanted. Let's get back to normal. Okay. I really don't know if I can hide this. It would be nice, but hey. If I do this, then because of the thingies, we will not see the content. So I don't like doing that, just to let you know. And it's a little bit, yeah, but okay. So we are on part three here with social media management and community management, and a little bit about Canva, but I think that's pretty straightforward. That's why I haven't even edited it there, because that's just a given. So the three secrets were a couple of things what you might need and you might want to wrap your head around when it comes to social when it comes to being a VA to someone in the mindset coaching industry and in general, right? To get fully booked, I think you will need these three secrets. But what my goal with this mini series and with the masterclass general, as usual, to eliminate all the obstacles you get to in order to get you fully booked, to show you what you are not that far away from being fully booked, and to show you exactly what you need to know and where you need practice, or what the skill sets are actually required these days if you want to start for an online mindset coach. And I always, I'm an online business manager and business consultant, and I'm always replacing the two words. So I want you to be confident. I want you to be able to get out there and get your clients. And there are a couple of things what you need to know before I think, or what might stop you in order to get there. So my name is Agnes. If you haven't seen me, I'm an online business manager, a podcaster, and so much more. My background is I actually started working with clients in 2015. I quit my job in 2016. I worked for a VA company as a marketing VA, project manager, and then became a vertical lead for the VA. So I was between the VAs and the business owners, and it showed me a pattern. It showed me so many things. I learned so much that once I felt like I need to go out there and become an online business manager and business consultant. We worked by that VA company. We worked with hundreds of clients and different industries. They have different needs, and it was really hard for the VAs to keep up with all the platforms and with everything. So I really do think niching down is really good. So you get actually the knowledge, and you get the you know, the language of that industry and stuff like that, so you can truly serve the client. And I love when people say I got lucky, right? And oh, you are so lucky, you started so early, and then you are there and you can work from home. As I mentioned in my previous video, I was hustling here, you know, the Sunday evening when my boyfriend was with his friend grilling, right? So it is we get lucky. And on the right, you if you've seen the previous videos, then you know that this is my or these are my first ladies, my first clients. Mary is a meditation teacher, and she runs a daily meditation podcast. And actually, she introduced me to the VA company, and she was the person who seen teaching me as an investment for herself, right? Who was open to introduce me, give her name, right? That okay, Agnes is here and she is good. But I wish we all have, and I think we all have somewhere, right? If you ask people who are fully booked, most of the clients come through referrals. And I want you to find that one person who opens the doors for you, and I think we just have the solution for that. So at the end of the day, how I got lucky was actually purchasing courses, accessing, you know, access to platforms. I practice what I was learning. It was a 2-3 years of learning curve, if not more, right? Since then I'm still learning, and we have still new platforms almost every day what you need to get used to. But I invested in the course of these years 30+K, and even I would say even in pound, not even in US dollar, in all the knowledge what I gained. And this wasn't just because of one client. I reached out to that one client with already gain skill sets, and I truly believe that this doesn't need to be a 5 years, you know, experience. You can be fully booked, and you can get from A to, I don't know, Z in a shorter period of time, and you really don't need to go through the pain what we are going through, or we went through back in the days. I think we really didn't have the those amount of courses and potential and opportunities as you guys have these days. And already there were already methods which, when I joined the online business world in 2014, was already outdated, right? So there is always a little bit of you know, people see that something is working, and then they start teaching that. And there is always a reward for people who just getting started, focusing on one thing, and they are doing it, because other people are like, okay, second guessing themselves, and then doing too many things because they know too much. So I implemented what I learned. I worked double shifts, I worked long hours, as I guess most of you ladies do. And I really hustled. And I connected with people, right? Marketed my service and I tried my luck. I did cold messaging. I did just reaching out and offered my services, and quote unquote, that's how I got lucky at the end of the day. So let me just quickly go through the secrets that you know. Secret number one is, I truly believe that, you know, it's how you can learn all the skills you need without spending ages and turning your wheels before you get hired and fully booked is a big secret. That's a thing what I think, and that's why I'm doing these videos, to show you what actually needed, because it's humanly not possible to you know, to learn everything, and you don't need to learn everything. It's just enough to get out there and be confident about what you know. And for that you need feedback, for that you need contrast, for that you need to share what you actually can do. And because other than that, how do you get confident? How can you tell that what you are doing is right? So secret number 2 is confidence. In my opinion, comes mostly from experience, from the feedback. In our VA word, you can translate that to client experience, right? If one client is happy with you, most likely more clients will be happy with you too. And mindset is everything. I wish someone would have told me this back in the days, that I just need to remove as many layers as possible to get quicker there where I want to be. And running a business is your biggest self-development journey. So before we start, let me know in the comments, how do you see yourself? How do you identify yourself? Are you a total newbie? Are you newbie? Are you someone who is, you know, solid and passionate about this and just want to make it happen? Or are you a fully booked rockstar VA who actually just looking for the next step and creating her own agency, because that's how many, you know, that's how many clients you have, that it makes actually sense? Or are you a superstar who is running an agency and fully booked and having tons of experience in all the fields, what a business owner actually needs, and are you closer to being an online business manager than to being a VA? That's how I identify them. So I would like you to go through the task and you know, score yourself. 0 is you never even heard about it, or never really done it before, and 5 is you are running more accounts, getting amazing results, and you know, you are confident social media manager, for example, because that's what we talk about today, right? Social media management and community management. So how do you feel? What score would you give yourself on social media management, and what score would you give yourself on community management? And please add in the comments. Let me see if I can see that. Please add in the comments, and then we can go from there, because it's a little game what I want you guys to do. Because I think it's fun. I think it's really important, and it's really interesting for you to be able to see actually where you are at. And I truly believe that you guys don't know. In part 2, we went through the basic admin skills, the communication and really basic work ethic and things like this, project management, file management, email inbox management, newsletter, calendar management, basic bookkeeping, Zoom, and other admin stuff. So if you would like to know what I think is involved and what I would recommend you to involve maybe into your packages, then go there, and we have the scaling game there as well to see where we start. But today we talk about the social media management and Facebook community management and Canva. I added Canva here because it didn't really fit into the other two categories, and I think it's really crucial at this point to, you know, by social media management and Facebook community management, to actually get these get Canva skills or get basic design skills. Okay, a huge thing what I see online is everyone has a different, just as about VAs, they have a different understanding and a different I don't know, a different description for social media management. It means a different thing for everyone. And to be honest, I still get a little bit intimidated when I see the proper job descriptions, and we will go through that as well. And I'm not a social media manager, I'm more the strategist part, but obviously we are all doing that for ourselves. So basically we are all social media managers. It's a little bit of a yeah, I think it's confusing what people and it can be intimidated. So disclaimer, all clients are different, everyone, you know, and everyone needs something else. So make sure when you actually start working with someone as a social media management and also for the community manager, I would definitely ask the client what they need. But I would like you to have the corporate definition, and also my definition, what I think most of my clients who are just getting started, who are just growing a little bit, would need. So you are not intimidated by the fact that someone needs a social media manager. And as this whole series is about getting the going through the checklist what my clients need, actually I think it's this is the part where we go through. Sorry, I forgot how I wanted to finish the sentence. But you know what I mean. So it is important, I think, for you to see the minimum valuable product, right? What you can sell and what they actually need help with, and obviously you can make it bigger, better, nicer, shinier, whatever you want. Okay, so this is the official short description what I got from a page called CoSchedule, and I love them. They are amazing, so check them out. So social media management involves monitoring and overseeing all the interactions and content distribution across a company's social media. It's not just about throwing up a few posts. It encompasses monitoring, engaging, audience building, customer service, and strategic marketing to reach a business goal. Essentially, they are the masters of the company's social media strategy. It's scary, isn't it? It's like, oh my God, those are huge words. If you think about, if you think about a company and their budget, then obviously you have a whole marketing team and everyone is doing something else. Skills encompassing both creative and analytical, as well as strategic and tactical. They must have the ability to dream up the strategy and execute on the vision. They must be creative enough to experiment and pounce on new functionality, as well as be able to report on the outcomes. So I totally see this as as the corporate version. Obviously, you come up with the strategy because you are the manager or you come up with the marketing manager of the company, obviously depending on the size of the business, but usually there are financial managers, there are CEOs, there are this and that, whatever. It's been a long time I've been in corporate. And obviously then there is someone who is actually managing sales and marketing, or marketing only. And then you need to work together with the other departments, right? So I totally see that as in a corporation, in a bigger company where they have one person or one or two person for marketing. I totally see that one person as a full-time job, they need to do all of this. Here are the top skills, what they say and what they think we'll need, right? It's like planning. I think you need to be really involved in the strategy and the big picture, know the products, and know really the big picture, and also all the content and everything what the business or the company is actually creating. Writing and creating your content or the company's content. Know your clients. You really need to know your clients, know the product, as I mentioned, to be able to go there and actually create content what the companies or the business owners' clients need, right? Obviously, it involves customer service as well, right? Be prepared if you have a busy social media account, what you are running, people will ask you. There are people out there who are not going to the support I don't know, frequently asked questions or website, or not sending an email to the support. They will easily just contact the person on social media. Actually, I did that back in the days when I had the question. I just tweeted something to the tag the account, and the guys came back to me pretty quickly, and it was amazing that I don't need to go through the usual channel. So be prepared to be able to answer questions. What is relevant to the company or to the business. Analytics, and I think it's so crucial, what even business owners forget to do. You know, the strategy, what goals do we need to achieve, you know, experimenting, how the experiments work, how do you track how things work. So there is a lot involved in analytics, and if you love numbers, this is for you. And I think that's why they said that you need to be creative, and you also need to be analytical and understanding the numbers and liking the whole statistic behind the thing. But at the end of the day, you will need to be able to tell if something is working or not working, if that result maybe you might be able to reach that result on a different way, cheaper or something like that, right? And you need to execute. So you need to not just come up with the plan, you just not need to create the bits and pieces, put it out there, but also finalize it and you know, change it, tweak it if something is not working. So it is a little bit intimidating, and I think where most of the VAs go wrong, or not wrong, but they are afraid. It's like, okay, this is the job description, what the hell, right? It involves so much. It's really a learning curve. You know, maybe you are discouraged and you don't really want to do anything. But don't forget, unless you are hired as a full-time social media manager, right? There are limits what you can do in a certain amount of time, and there is a limit what you can actually deliver in those couple of hours what the client hired you for. When it comes to my client, right, who sent me this, or actually a friend who sent me this list, actually they call it social media management, but it's not the whole 9 yards, or it is really a simplified and really really something that is not as complicated as it sounds. Okay, so knowing that what is involved, what score would you give yourself for, I would say, for each? Let's go with the planning, writing, customer service, analytics, and execution. What would you give yourself for planning? What would you give yourself for writing and content creation? What would you give yourself for analytics? And add the numbers together and see where you are at. But actually, what I think a coach who is just getting started or who got started, right? They have a Facebook page, they have a community. We will talk about community later, but they have a profile, they are doing certain strategies to get clients in there. Maybe they are also active on Instagram, they are going live. I think they would need the following, right? You are creating the images, maybe from existing content, maybe from something what she comes up with. You schedule the posts, you do a little analytics, at least, you know, weekly you go in and see what is working, what's not working. If you are doing Instagram, then definitely pay attention to the hashtags yeah, track somewhere what you are doing and how they work. Make sure that there is call to action at the end. Make sure on all posts, make sure that the freebies are out there and people can find them. Filter through the comments and engage. You know, you can do basic things. You will need to understand the client's industry. You will need to understand what the people are actually asking about, right? You will need to have a certain knowledge about what the client needs at the end of the day. But you even can start messaging. You can start the conversation and your client will finish that. I usually like to say to the clients, right, it's like until you are not certain and until your business is not really running on autopilot, until you haven't launched at least 3 times and got fully booked, I think it's better if you talk as a business owner to the people who message you, because you learn a lot. But obviously this is the task what they like to outsource. I would definitely highly recommend, you can do your basics, you can introduce yourself as, someone on the team. I think it's the days are over when everyone wants to pretend that they are on social media. I think it's more sexier and people find it more credible, right? If I am a team member, or I am someone from the group, from her group, from her, I am her VA. And I'm doing this, but I will, certainly let the business owner know, right? So I think it doesn't need to be awkward. It doesn't need to be, pretentious. It can be done in a certain way, and extras what you can actually add is being involved in the strategy. So you can if you have experience, if you learn something, if you know that you are doing something for your other clients, for example, right, from the same industry or similar industry, similar idea client, then you can tell, oh, this is what we do with the other client and it works perfectly. Then obviously you will get more hours and you will get more responsibility when it comes to social media management. Learn about the industry, definitely want to get into, and that's why it's so important that you work from your superpower and that you work from something what you love doing, and you choose an industry where you are passionate about, right? Because other than that, you won't be able to create content properly. I almost become a personal trainer, right? I had boyfriends who were personal trainers and bodybuilders. I certainly did my fair share on my part of healthy eating. I kind of have an idea what to answer, what to post. If I'm aligned with the client's mission, vision, then I know what she is teaching and I know what to post. But at the end of the day, if it's about the certain nutrition or science or something, then I certainly cannot answer the things what my client can. Don't even mention, right? It's like when it's mindset coaching, when it's therapy, when it's something legal, right? There are so many amazing legal bookkeeper people out there who need VAs. It's not your niche. You are not a bookkeeper. You are not allowed to give what's the word? You are not allowed to give help, or you cannot really say that this is how it is, because it's already from there it's legal advice, for example. That's what comes to my mind, and you are not allowed to do that, right? So there are certain things what you cannot and you don't really want to go in, but certainly the more you know about the industry, the easier, the better, and if you love it, that's a plus, right? You can definitely start the conversations, right? With time, you can write people, you can send them the freebie, you can have copy-paste messages, you can have a knowledge base at the end of the day. And yeah, learn more strategies, see what is working, join courses where you go through social media strategies and then implement it. But very important, and I think that this is where we need to stand our truth. Make sure that you set the expectations properly, and make sure that you will at least test certain strategies for 90 days. I see that so often, and it happened with me all the time, right? Something is not working 1 or 2 weeks, I hope to the next thing. And this is such a mistake. And this is something what I really regret from the beginning, right? Because I've seen coaches who were coaching at the same time and doing the doing, And at the end of the day, 2 years passed, and she's amazing. She's running a almost 7-figure business, while those people who stuck with her and did what she said grown, and others didn't. And I am one of those who were like, oh, this is amazing, I love it, but I have this idea and let's do that. Oh, it didn't work out, let's do something else. And I wish I would have stuck with her and with her strategy a little bit longer, because maybe I was just so close before hitting the things what I wanted to. So yeah, definitely go for 90 days testing stuff out, and then you can pull your conclusion. You can see if that's working or not working. But obviously there is usually a pressure, especially from business owners who are just starting out. But they need to see you as an investment and not as an expense. So that's a really huge point, what I always try to make when the VAs, when they are hiring the VAs, that this is not an expense, this is an investment, even if it takes a little bit longer at the beginning. After a while, when the VA is onboarded and fully working and functional, then it's just magic. It's just magic. Okay, the same with community managers, right? Everyone needs something different. For everyone, it means something different. There was a page I went through and I was like, okay, let's see what it says. This is it. A community manager needs to be able to create content. You are also the social media marketer, the marketing management, I guess, events and event planning, publicly relations, even sometimes customer relations. We talked about it, support, communication, and marketing strategies. So basically, you will implement what you are working on and what you put out there. You will be able to pull the analytics and be good with numbers and statistics. So I think there is nothing new, and business development, depending on the company, obviously. Community manager can also be responsible for business development and sales. So I think it's a little bit too much again for someone who is getting started as a coach, or who has a Facebook community. I think obviously there are loads of, and the source is socialfresh.com. Obviously loads of overlapping skills are, or tasks are, with the social media manager position. If I'm thinking about someone, right, who is who has already followers, who has already paying clients, maybe a free community and a little paid community or a membership, then obviously they have at least two groups. If someone's running a challenge to launch a program, then obviously that's another group what you might need to manage. So there are, I think in a online business, online coaching industry, that's what you need to be prepared for. Let me go through. So what I would need help with, and what I know my clients would need help with at this stage, where they launch something, they have a free community, a paid community, and maybe a membership, and maybe they are launching something. So that's already 4 communities, right? So creating content and helping the client to actually, even if they come up with the plan, because obviously for a challenge, for a launch, you need different type of content. In the membership, you can really plan out and do everything what you want to. And in the free community, everyone does it a little bit differently, but we need content, we need engagement, we need engaging content, we need entertainment, we need teaching and value things, and obviously there are those hashtag days and everything else involved. So it's definitely a job what you can prepare, do, and schedule posting, right? Engage with the community. It's a huge one, right? That you are kind of an ambassador for the group, and you are there as a moderator, and actually they see you as part of the team. and you are engaging with people, and you are doing a little bit of boosting in the algorithm. Letting people in, that's a huge one. If you are not using a certain I think it's group kit, that's called group kit, certain programs to sync your group with a CRM or a newsletter autoresponder, then letting people in is one really good task what you can do. If the group is busy, then I have an Excel sheet right here. I'm not sure if you see that. VA's member requests, so I add the answers and the email address there. So letting people in is one thing. Creating the events, right? Creating the events, the description, the invitations, tagging people, updating the banners according to the plan, help with the challenges, right? Maybe you have a giveaway and you need to go through all the hashtags. Maybe you need to inform people, and you need to tag people, you need to send the notifications or the reminders and stuff like that. That's definitely something a VA can do too. Little boost of on lives, for example. When your coach goes live, and then you can tag, because I think it's really painful, to be honest. Now I would need to come in, go to my live while I'm talking to you and tagging people. So it's like other people who are on live, they are actually want to have the content and not see me do that. So your VA or I know. So you as a VA, you can go in there and tag people while the person is actually, actually delivering the content. So that's what I mean under little boost of engagement. Posting reminders, right? Welcome posts, very important, and really, if it's well written, it's really powerful. And the group moderation, that's the other thing. And a couple of extras. So once you really got into it and you see the results, obviously statistics is a big one. You are doing it as also for social media management, so you really know how and who is involved. Help to grow the group, right? Content repurposing, unit management is another one. Joining questions answered, right? So for me, it would be great to when someone joins, then you see what you see what the person answered as a struggle, and then you can point them to the right, welcome them and point them to the right direction, so they all straight away get some kind of results. So I think I certainly might forgot something, but in a big picture, these are the things what I would want that my clients get. So from a scale to 1 to 5, how confident are you in those different stuff? How confident are you now? Do you think that you are doing more? Do you think that you are doing better than what you actually used to? And then let me grab a little water, and then we can go into Canva quickly, and then we can go from there. Okay. So Canva. Some people are a little bit, some coaches want you as a VA to be this designer and everything at the same time. Certainly, I know what we are talking about. Certainly, you need to grow in all those areas. And certainly these lists, what I'm just showing you guys, shows that as well, right? So it's really you need to stand in your boundaries and say, this is what includes for me, and this is what I can't do, or I don't want to do, or I will not do, right? So at this stage, I think when someone's getting started and at the stage where they already can afford a VA, they usually need images for the different platforms, right? Different sizes, banners for the different launches. If if the strategy is to change the banner all the time according to the launch is what they do, then that's definitely something what you need to be able to create. Maybe they already have someone and they just need to share it with you, but maybe you need to come up with new designs. Be familiar with the basic branding ideas, right? And be familiar with consistency, congruency, and what is behind branding in general. I don't mean to, go into the science and color meanings and stuff like that, but be sure that you understand basic branding and color and design things. It can go deep. It can go deep, but I hope you know what congruency is and what that means, that all the time have the same logo, and if someone sees an image from me, then I want them to see that on the landing page. I want them to see them on the sales page. I want them to see the exact same. So you are that you are on the right path as a client, right? That that you haven't ended up by a completely different company but for some reason, right? So congruency is really key. And also, right, if I see a post and I see the colors, I see the logo, and I know already which client is that, or what company is that, right? So dive into the existing templates, what you have in Canva, what the client have. Usually business owners, we purchase templates and never use them, so you can ask them if they have that. And what they need really help with at the end of the day, except from social media posts, is creating ebooks, checklists, PDF workbooks for clients and stuff like that. So make sure that you can have so many templates here. I think these days it's not even necessary, right? Ask them to show you a couple of examples they like from feel and colors and style, and then you can go and you can really add elements and search. And so it's really, really good. But obviously, if you never worked with Canva before, then it can be hard, but with time it goes easily. Logo design would be an extra, I think, and it's a hard one. It's a hard one. People, I think it's a designer's job. It's a designer's job. Some people think, who are not familiar with logos and how branding works, they think that you are just, I don't know, write something or create something. There are certainly tens of tons of millions of logos what you can copy and update, but I certainly would ask the client or offer the client to find someone on Fiverr or find someone, a proper designer. Okay, utilize all the Canva Pro features, and I think signing up for Pro, if you have a couple of clients, that's definitely a great thing. It's really useful. It is really useful, and dig deep into all the templates and all the stuff what you can have. So how would you score yourself now? Has something changed? Do you think that there is too much to learn, or do you think that I know most of them? So in which category would you say that you are in? And I really want you to to have the confidence and to see how amazing you are, and that you are ready to hire that you are ready to get your next client and really get fully booked with these skill sets what you already have. So again, right, because the secret number one was about the skill sets. The more you know, obviously, the more experience you have, obviously, the better, right? It helps to get hired if you can showcase your numbers, for example, by social media management or community management. But don't forget, you can make amazing numbers, or you can I'm not saying you can make up amazing numbers, but for example, if someone has an account of 100 followers, right, and you can gain, for example, on Instagram 20 extra, then you can say you grew the account with 20%, right? So with statistics, I think you can come up with amazing numbers. So which sounds good. Just make sure that you have the permission to showcase that in your stuff. And with design and design elements, even more, right? That's why I start with my clients to write down all the, and when I sign a new online business manager clients to start tracking where they are at and where we go. Because at the end of the day, that's all about, right? It's about the growth, it's about the reach, it's about the engagement and brand awareness. And at the end of the day, you need numbers to showcase that you were able to reach that. So where are you? Are you a total newbie? Are you a newbie, a solid, passionate, a rock star, or a superstar? I know, or you are, where you have the superstars in there. And secret number 3 was, what does it take actually to get fully booked? And it's a confidence. And that's why I'm pushing this course so much, because I really think that even for setting boundaries with your client, not falling back to the employee mindset, and make sure that they are not taking advantage of you. You really need a solid mindset. And in part 4, we will go through the followings, the funnels, the website, the basic SEOs, and a course platform and video and podcasting. But don't forget, guys, this is not just luck, right? This is hardcore implementation and exercise and practice and investing in your name, and make sure that you get this quick jump start in your business. Thank you very much for being here and join us today. Thank you. Bye.